Ever found yourself feeling extremely anxious in an elevator or a small room? You might just be experiencing the effects of claustrophobia. Claustrophobia, a term derived from Latin claustrum, meaning a closed-in place, and Greek phobos, meaning fear, is a psychological condition that triggers an irrational fear of tight or crowded spaces. It's not merely a dislike of confined areas, but a fear that can induce panic attacks and other distressing symptoms. Imagine you're in an elevator and suddenly the lights flicker. The walls seem to be closing in, your heart races, and you feel a dire need to escape. This unwelcome guest of apprehension is what a person with claustrophobia might experience. It's a fear that doesn't discriminate, affecting children and adults alike, and it can make everyday situations feel like daunting challenges. So, claustrophobia, it's more than just a simple fear. Now that you understand what claustrophobia is, how do you think it affects people? Imagine your life being constantly dictated by the fear of enclosed spaces. It's not just about elevators or tunnels, but also crowded rooms, cars, or even wearing tight-necked clothing. This is the reality for individuals grappling with claustrophobia. Their daily activities are significantly limited as they go to great lengths to avoid situations that may trigger their fear. The distress caused by this phobia can be immense. It's like living on a constant edge, never knowing when you might bump into a situation that sets off your panic. It's not just the fear of the situation itself, but the anticipation of it that can be paralyzing. The constant worry can lead to a reduced quality of life, interfering with personal relationships and professional growth. And let's not forget the physical symptoms. Claustrophobia isn't just a psychological condition, it manifests physically too. When faced with a triggering situation, a claustrophobic person might experience intense sweating, trembling, a rapid heartbeat, even difficulties in breathing. It's as if their body is sounding an alarm bell, a false alarm, but the fear feels incredibly real to them. But it's not just about the immediate symptoms. Over time, the constant stress can take a toll on a person's overall health. It can lead to sleep disturbances, digestive issues, and even weaken the immune system. In severe cases, individuals may develop other mental health conditions like depression or anxiety disorders. So yes, claustrophobia can significantly affect a person's daily life. It's not just a fear, it's a condition that can envelop a person's entire existence. But before you feel too disheartened, remember that like any other condition, it can be managed. There are treatments available and many individuals have successfully overcome their fear. So claustrophobia can significantly affect a person's daily life, but there is hope. The good news is claustrophobia is not a life sentence. There are ways to manage and overcome this fear. Picture this. You're trapped in a tight space. It's dark, it's constricting, and your heart races with every passing second. This might be a chilling scenario for many of us, but for those with claustrophobia, this fear is a daily reality. But don't lose hope just yet. There are several ways to navigate this fear and regain control of your life. One of the most effective strategies is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. This involves understanding and changing the thought patterns that lead to fear and anxiety. It's like rewiring your brain to respond differently to confined spaces. Then there's exposure therapy, a method that gently introduces you to the situations that trigger your claustrophobia. It's about gradually building up your tolerance and eventually reducing your fear. Imagine being able to ride an elevator without breaking into a cold sweat. Medication is another option, although it's typically used as a last resort. Anti-anxiety drugs or antidepressants can help manage the symptoms, but remember, they're not a cure. The key point here is, if claustrophobia is affecting your quality of life, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and psychologists are equipped with the tools to help you navigate through your fear. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. Overcoming claustrophobia is possible. So that's a brief introduction to claustrophobia. Remember, it's a common psychological condition, and it's important to know that there is help available. Whether you're battling with this fear yourself or know someone who does, understanding and overcoming claustrophobia is possible. We've explored its enigma, its impact, and the many ways to conquer it. If you found this video helpful and want to learn more about fascinating psychological phenomena, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay curious, stay informed.